Hey everyone, Michelle Alexandria here, coming at you from Stella Nova. I actually did several videos over the course of the week talking about where I gave you a tour of the hotel, a tour of the room, and now I am going to talk a bit about my experiences staying here. And I am going to go outside to avoid all the background music and possible copyright strikes. So, so again, I am amazed. Every time I try to do this on my own, I am amazed at how good vloggers are. There's a lot that goes into all of this. And here, let me see if I can. So here I am, here at the fabulous Stella Nova Hotel. And I have to say, so far, I don't like this hotel all that much. I think for the price I paid, it's okay. I paid like, I think 200. I think I paid $180 a night, or maybe 200 to stay here. I don't know which. I'll have to check my bill a little later. But it's basically $600 for 3 nights. So yeah, I think $200 a night is what I paid. But here's what I had to say about this hotel. It's a weird hotel. When you walk into the lobby, the first thing I noticed when I walked into the lobby was how clean it was, but how stale and boring it looks. It looks corporate to me. I think that's the best way I would describe it. The lobby area looks corporate. There's like nothing interesting there. It's just kind of big, open, white, with some chair seating scattered around. But there's nothing that makes you go wow when you walk in. There's not that interior design that when you walk in you're like, wow, I'm glad I picked this hotel. Is pedestrian. That's what I would say. The other problem with this hotel is the room is obnoxious. I did a room tour earlier this week, and the room is just obnoxious as heck. What the problem with the room is, there are a couple of issues with the room. One, the curtains to the port window only open halfway. So half the curtain is like this, and you're trying to tug on it. And it took me about 10 minutes before I realized that, hey, this curtain doesn't actually open. It just kind of stays there. And I'm like, wait, what is that all about? I just realized that today, actually, this morning, after like a day yesterday of trying to like get it to open up all the way, and it just wouldn't move. So only the left side of the curtain opens, and I showed you only the left side of the curtain opens, and that was really annoying me to no end. And what also happened was the room has time lights and motion sensitive lights, which is a bad combination, because basically when you get up and you walk around, the lights come on, which is kind of okay. I had that on a cruise ship once, which was annoying the crap out of me, because you're on a cruise ship, and the cruise ship is always moving, so the lights are always coming on and off every 5 minutes. Which, why would you have motion sensitive lights on a cruise ship? I never understood that. But anyway, back to Stella Nova. So the lights in the room are on this weird timer or motion sensitive thing. So if you're sitting down and you're trying to read a book or something, about 15-20 minutes later, the lights would just randomly turn off on you, and then you have to get up and go turn it back on, and it was a mess. It was annoying as crap. I also don't like the fact that they actually have cleaning service every other day and not every day like most hotels. So, but everything else has been okay. I mean, the buses have been really quick, and it's been a 10-minute ride to get to 10 to 15-minute ride to get to the park, which isn't bad. And the buses are running really frequently, and they have a lot of buses running out here, which is kind of amazing. But the reason why you want to stay at this hotel is it's your best option if you're going to Epic Universe, because Epic Universe is literally across the street. I want to take you on a little walkabout in just a second. But here, let's go on a little walkabout. So this is basically the outside of the hotel. So if you're on your little walkabout, you can see the Epic Universe is right there, because you can see the Helios Hotel, which actually looks surprisingly kind of cheap. It looks kind of cheap for a premium hotel, I'm not going to lie. So let's go for a walkabout and see how long it would take you to walk to Helios. But yeah, I don't know how vloggers do this, because I always feel weird. Like people are listening to me and watching me, and I'm probably doing this walkabout the wrong way because I'm walking through the parking lot. So let me get to this side of the parking lot and then go that way. I think is where you want to go. So I would say it's going to be a good 5 minute, like, as you can tell, I am a slow walker, so. And how do you all like my new camera? I'm using the DJI Pocket Pro 3, so I'm trying to figure out how to actually use this camera, which is always a bad thing to try to figure out how to use something while you're there. So I was thinking about moving to Orlando. What do y'all think? Should I move into this apartment complex that's right here, right next to the theme park? I'm assuming that would be a nightmare place to live. And I bet you I'm going to go for snits. I'm going to go take a look at those apartments this morning. I have no intention to move. And I was thinking about moving to Orlando in May, but ultimately I'm too lazy, and I just got a price break on my rent for the next year, so I'm just going to stay put. I'm just going to stay put in Jacksonville, Florida, and that move to Orlando, because I would think about, hey, move to Orlando, become a travel vlogger, do all these daily amusement park videos. And you know what would happen? I would move here, and I could be like right in these apartment complexes, right across the street, and I would probably go to the theme park once every few months. See it's crowded, and then go back home. Because that's what I did when I lived in Orlando before, and I lived like literally 2 miles from Disney. I had season passes, and I worked for Disney at the time. And I swear, I went to Disney World 7 times in that entire year. I mean, I worked for the company. I didn't want to spend my free time there. But yeah, I would go. I would see the crowds. See that there were 5-hour waits to go on that stupid Avatar ride, and I would turn right back around and go back home. So yeah, but traffic here, if you live in those apartment complexes right there, traffic is going to be a nightmare. I learned my lesson from living next to Disney. Traffic is going to be a nightmare trying to get in and out of your home. Plus, you're going to have like all those fireworks going off every single night. And the first few nights, that will be really cool to be able to sit on your balcony and watch the fireworks. But after a month of that, you're going to be like, enough. And I'm going to be the old woman screaming at all you youngins, shut up, be quiet. turn off those fireworks. I'm trying to go to bed at 8 o'clock. So yeah. But this is the walk you would take. And the sidewalk is really big, actually, for a sidewalk. But you see, this is going at a regular, every person rate walk. So let's see how long it takes me to get to Epic. But I am really excited for Epic Universe. I think it's going to be really cool. Everything I've seen about it, and I was at the Epic Universe store yesterday. It looked amazing. But I also am not coming in the first several months. So unless I could buy a VIP pass for like $1,000 or less, I'm not coming in the summertime because it's hot as hell in Florida in the summer, and it's unworkable. It's over 100 degrees outside, and I'm just not doing that. I'm too old for that nonsense. So it's going to be too hot, and then the crowds are going to be hateful all summer long at Epic Universe. So even if I came and I wanted to put up with the heat, there's almost a guarantee I probably wouldn't be able to ride anything. Or maybe that every ride is going to be a 2 and 3 hour wait. I'm willing to bet that. And there's no universe where I'm going to wait 2 hours for anything. You heard me right. I've never waited 2 hours for anything in my life. Actually, I take that back. When I voted for Obama the first time, early voting, mind you, I was in line for 6 hours. And at some point you get caught up because you want to see how long is this nightmare going to last. and it took 6 hours to vote once. And I was like, I'm never doing that again. But yeah, generally speaking, I prefer to spend money for VIP access to things because I'm like, if I'm going to go somewhere and drag myself out of my house and go through all the hassle, I want to be able to do what I want to do. And it's worth it. It's worth it for me to get VIP access because then I'm guaranteed to do what I want to do. What would drive me nuts if I spent all that money and I came down and I wasn't able to ride the rides that I want to ride. So that's always my fear when I go somewhere and I don't have VIP access. Which is one of the reasons why I like coming to Orlando and form a meetup. Because, it's guaranteed I'll be able to do everything I want at the Orlando and form a meetup. And, I can walk on any ride I want. I can eat as much food as I want. And I could do it all for basically $200, which is a damn good deal because Disney after hours events are $170, and you don't get anything, and you still have to wait for rides and use the virtual queues and all that other stuff, which is nonsense. But I think Disney hours after hours events look better, and they have better shows and everything else than Universal does. And that's one of the only things I really like about Disney World is the shows and stuff are really great, and I haven't seen them all a million times. At Universal, they only have like 3 or 4 shows, and I've seen them like a million times, and they never change. So to me, Universal is really boring now. But yeah, so you can see it took about maybe 10 minutes to get here. And it's a nice, easy walk from the hotel. And then right over there is the gates, like the front gates to the park. So it's gonna be interesting to see how all this works. I still think they should have a better walking trail, but this is fine. There is a crosswalk. There's a crosswalk right there with lights. So yeah, I think as much as I kind of am about Stella Nova as a hotel, I think you can't go wrong staying here if you're going to Epic Universe, because it's right across the street and it's going to be half the price of the Helios. And you pretty much get the same benefits. Only Helios actually opens into the park, lets you out right into the park, and it's a nicer hotel on paper. So I'm going to be really curious to stay there, because I booked 4 nights for December, because I want to see the Christmas show, see what they do for Christmas, and that's a pretty good time to go, where it's not going to be too hot outside and hopefully not too crowded. But I think Epic is going to be crowded every day for the next couple of years probably. So I'm really hoping I can get a VIP ticket. The VIP tickets go on sale soon, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, that's it for my Stella Nova kind of review thing. Hit that like button if you like this content. I am actually going to end up creating a separate channel called Michelle Does Things, where I'm going to start posting all my travel vlogs and other weird stuff I do, and keep this channel focused more on entertainment news and reviews and all that kind of stuff, which is what it was originally meant to do. I just kind of got out of that habit of writing reviews back during the COVID days, and by that point I had seen too many movies and I was kind of tired of it. But I kind of am feeling the itch again to do entertainment content and to get back on the Rotten Tomatoes and be invited to junkets and all that kind of fun stuff. I'm feeling the itch to do that kind of stuff again, because I had just gotten tired of it after like 13 years of doing it. But I miss it now, and I miss getting my Oscar screeners and all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, this channel is going to go back to what it originally was, and then my Michelle Does Things channel is going to be where I do all my other eclectic kind of dumb stuff, like TV reviews and, you know, reviewing TVs and tech and whatever else strikes my fancy at any given time. So that's my plan. So anyway, hit that like and subscribe button if you made it this far into this rambling video. So anyway, in here, let me put myself back on camera real quick. So yes, hit that like and subscribe button if you like this video and you want to see more. So anyway, talk to you guys later. Bye.